everybody. I've got a couple things I'm making and wanted to share those with you. Here's the gang I am babysitting right now. This little guy. Yes! Are you having fun? Yes, and there's Miss Truffles. And there's Dunky Doodle. Duncan! Duncan's my senior. Hi, old man. Hi. How are you? Yes. Hello, everybody. How are you? So, to keep everybody kind of happy and being in the same room, I'm doing some sewing and carrying on. Okay, here you can see this is a this is a full-size comforter that actually was mine when I was a kid, and I don't remember it. Mom gave it to me not long ago. My mother, oh no, it was from the spare bedroom. And my mother keeps everything immaculate. So as old as this thing is, it doesn't matter. It's perfectly clean. It's in beautiful condition. And I want to make a sleep sack out of it. And I've made other sleep sacks in the past. Here's one that is a two-piece one, and you stuff the inside, like this one will end up inside of here, and I'll show you that right now. What you do is you kind of pull them apart, and then you're going to just push the one with the puppy footprints down inside the blue one, and then I just shake it, and then there you go, you got it. Kind of pick it up and you push them together, and then there you got a little sleep sack for your ferrets. And these were made out of remnant pieces a long time ago, and you'll see them in my other videos. But I was making a different one. Gonna do it out of the bedspread, and so I figured out the size that I would like of my sleep sack. And this is the open end here. This is already pre-sewn and finished, okay? So what I'm working on right now, as I flip this over, this is my open side. I am going to the side that I cut off here, okay, and here. I am cleaning out the edges right now. What I'm doing is I'm pulling out a little bit, cutting out a little bit of the batting, so that I want to pre-sew this before I put the sides together. I'm going to sew this here so I don't have any of this fuzz sticking out in case anybody decides, hey, that might be fun to chew on. And I'm taking little pieces I'm cutting off and sticking them back in here, okay? You know, why waste? Just stuff it back in. So like the corner, see, I've clipped the corner already. I went around the edge here. You can see what I've done, so that when I lay this down and I sew this, I'll have a little area to work with. Also, sometimes sewing machines will eat this fuzz and it'll go down into the bobbin. So it's just a good idea to clean it up. So that's what I'm working on now, and we'll come back to it in just a moment. Okay, I have sewn all the way around where I tucked in the, I haven't cut my strings yet, but I folded in the raw edges and sewed it. Doesn't have to be perfect. This is not easy working with backing like this. Oh, this is some other project I worked on. I haven't cleaned my tabletop. Anyway, so I just used a white thread. I'm not worried about matching really well, but that's okay. You could use any colored thread you want. Use, this is basically, well, this is cotton poly, and it's been washed a million times. Okay, so we know it's not going to shrink. So I used a poly cotton thread on it. Not worried about it shrinking. It's a ferret bed. Okay, don't get crazy. It's not like you're making a blouse or something that's going to fray. But anyway, so in here you can see I went ahead, folded the raw edges in, and sewed it all the way around. Okay, so now I'm going to sew the two sides together. I want this to be my outside. So we're going to put right sides or outside together. Ta-da! Okay? And then I'm going to sew it. And I'm going to pinch the edge here to sew this together. Okay? And I'm going to try to push some of the batting away from the edge. And it'll be easier on your machine. Okay, and I mean, I have a I got a nice Husqvarna Viking Sapphire there, and that little puppy will go through everything, but I also want to keep it for a long time, so take good care of it. And so these edges will be easy because they're the cut edges that'll be going together. Okay, and then this was the top of the bedspread, so they'll have a nice entrance here. It's already finished, so this is something you may want to look for, are some used single or even larger bedspreads. You can make a whole set of things out of this. I think I'm even going to make a puffy hammy. Ooh, doesn't that sound like fun? And I'm also going to make a rolled edged little bed for them. I think they'll enjoy that. So that's what we're going to do, and then you'll turn it inside out, and I will show you that in just a minute. So let me get the sewing. I'm going to leave this. This is going to be open. I will only sew along here and down this edge, okay? Because this side's folded, okay? So you don't have to sew that. You make a big piece and then fold it over. It saves you on sewing, saves it on things they can chew on. Like I've always said, my ferrets are not big chewers. So let's get sewing. We just have two sides, 1, 2 to sew. Leave this open so they can crawl inside, and we'll turn it inside out. See you soon. Okay, I have finished with sewing the two sides together, sewn all the way around. Okay, so this is all done. Now all I have to do is turn it inside out, because this I want to be the inside, and also I reached together and kind of pinched one side and grabbed the batting, and then had my hand inside and pinch the other side and pull it apart to make it a little puffier for them. So let's go ahead. I'm just going to turn it inside out now. There we go. It's hard doing it one-handed. So there we go. Okay, and as you could see, here is my raw edge, and when I turn it inside out, it'll be finished. But even this is finished because I turned my raw edges in. So let me go ahead and turn it inside out right now. Put the camera down here. And reach in here and turn it right side out. I was saying inside out. I said it the wrong way. And we'll turn it like that. And it's all ready. Okay. And here comes my test pilot. Here's my test pilot. Hi! I'm an IKEA ferret. I couldn't believe it. I found this beautiful little ferret at IKEA. And he even stands up on his little back legs. See? He can stand up. So, well, he's not on it. There we go. So it's really he's a nice little toy. So that's how I measure everything. I put, and here he goes. In he goes. Dun dun dun. No more ferret. He's happy. He's in there. He can turn around. Do 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 do. There we go. We have a happy ferret inside the sleepy sack. So that's little sleepy sack, all nice and done. So you can just use an old spread, and you're all set. So we'll take him out. I want to show you something else I made, a different one. I'll put this one aside. It's all ready. Gonna go give it to the guys. I pre-washed everything, and it's ready to roll. So that'll be nice and soft. And even if they just lay on top of it right now, which they probably will because it's warm, it's still summer. Oh, this corner, I'll pull this out. There we go. Get my corner pulled. You don't have to pull them all the way out. It just gives them another thing to chew on if they're a chewer. So there we go. There we go. So they'll enjoy that. There's enough room for, well, heck, you know with ferrets, they can cram as many as they want into one place. Here's something I made for friends that they found these really cute bandanas, and they gave me 2. So what I did was I made a hammy with a Heidi hammy underneath. Okay, here's the hammy, and I just used regular binding that folds over on raw edges to make my loops. I made big loops because you never know what someone needs in their cage. If they have to, they can tie a knot in them to make them shorter. So I laid one hammock right side up on the table, and the other one was upside down, so you can see the back side is here. And when I sewed them together, I only sewed them along this edge. I made the corners. This was a corner, here's a corner, and there's a pocket under here. And when I made it, I went ahead And I actually pinched up this bottom one like that, pinned it, and then pinned it to the top one here. And by doing that, this is sewn here, but this is open. It made a little pocket. When it hangs, they can go hide in here. So it's like a double layered hammock. There's the top open one here, okay, and then there's another one here. So let's get out our favorite little ferret that can help us see. Here he comes. Do 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 do. And he says, you know, I don't feel like laying on top of the hammock and hanging, okay? I feel like going in the hidey hole. So I'm going to go in the hidey hole hammock underneath, like that. Now, you know it's going to be much easier for the ferret to do it himself. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Okay, so in he goes. There he goes, and you know how they're little... There we go. So he's in, and there's plenty of room for that size ferret in there. Okay, and then this would be hanging. The straps would be hanging up. And there's his little head. This can hang down, and it would even help them crawl in, so I left it. And then that's how it will work. It'll be like that, and you just pick up the edges and hook them onto your cage. So he can either lay on top and be in a hammy, or he can crawl in here. So it's a dual-use hammock. So that's just all I have now with making hammocks and little sleepy sacks. So we'll say bye from everybody here. Huh.